Big Coast Sport Fishing and Ride Lounge HD, where heavy duty meets high definition.
Good morning. It is September the 8th. Thanks for joining us here on the Saturday Morning News. Here is what's making headlines for you today. Her body was found in a suitcase washed up near Powell River in July. Now the woman's 25-year-old son is charged with first-degree murder. And riding en masse to Whistler, thousands of cyclists are making their way to the Sea to Sky Highway as part of the 3rd annual Grand Fondo Whistler. And Wes, it looks like it's going to be a nice day for it.
Such a beautiful day for a bike ride, or if you are planning to do any outdoor activities for that matter. Exactly 2 weeks until the official start of fall, but today is going to feel like summer. 23 degrees if you are close to the water, up to 30 degrees for inland sections with plenty of sunshine day.
Sounds good, and that means that the roof will be unzipped at BC Place. Lions are playing a matinee against the Montreal Alouettes. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The game is blacked out, so the only way you can watch it is by going down to BC Place. We'll hear from the Lions coming up in sports, and Roger Clemens pitching again last night, looking good too. We'll show you highlights just ahead.
Live from Global British Columbia, the Saturday Morning News with Lynn Collier.
Well, good morning and thanks for being with us. Our top story today, he made a public plea to help find her. Now, the son of a missing Chinese woman has been charged with her murder. 47-year-old Lianjia Gua had traveled from China to visit her son in Richmond when she went missing back in early June. 2 weeks after she disappeared, her son made a public plea for help. Police have now announced Gua's remains were found in a suitcase on Harwood Island near Powell River. The victim's 25-year-old son, Wan Shi-tang, has been charged with first-degree murder. He is also facing a second charge, believed to be related to a murder plot for his father. He will likely appear in court early next week.
We have both those charges secured. It's going to be before the courts, and we have to honor that process. After 3 months of this investigation working nonstop around the clock, we're not in a position to release those kind of details which could potentially harm this investigation.
A 75-year-old woman has been struck and killed while crossing a road in Surrey. She was crossing 96th Avenue at about 123rd Street just before 6 last night when she was hit by a passing car. She was taken to Royal Columbian Hospital where she was pronounced dead. RCMP are calling it a tragic accident. They say the driver is cooperating and it is not believed speed or alcohol were factors. An investigation is underway. A homeless man is recovering in hospital after he was brutally beaten in Vancouver's West End. The 39-year-old man was found bleeding from his head early yesterday morning by a police officer near Georgia and Denman. He had serious facial injuries and a fractured skull. So far, police have no suspects or leads. The VPD is asking anyone with information to please come forward.
The victim in this attack is someone who's amongst our very vulnerable in our society. He is homeless. It's a situation that not only is serious, but is extremely cowardly on the part of the person that committed this act.
Nanaimo RCMP are looking for an escaped inmate with a history of violent crimes. Ronald Sweezy walked away from a roadside maintenance crew working just after 10 yesterday morning. Sweezy has been convicted in a 2004 murder in Fort Nelson. He's also faced charges of assault with a weapon, and uttering threats. He's 53 years old, 5'8" and 180 pounds, with a number of tattoos on his arm. He was last seen wearing an orange prison jumpsuit. If you see Ronald Sweezy, you're asked to call the RCMP. A public warning has been issued to people living in the Kelowna area about a sex offender who's just moved there. Timothy Everett Ram was released from prison yesterday. His criminal record includes sexual offenses against women and armed robberies. He's living in Kelowna under police monitoring in a series of court-ordered conditions, including no alcohol or weapons and no contact with his victims. Well, a growing number of cities around the world are banning the sale of shark fins, including many here in BC, but so far Vancouver isn't one of them. A group of protesters is trying to change that, though, by showing up every Friday outside a restaurant that serves shark fin soup. But as Aaron MacArthur reports, their protests are causing problems for neighboring businesses.
A small but vocal group of protesters outside a Chinese restaurant on West Broadway. Every Friday for the last 2 months, the Animal Defense League sets up shop in front of the Fortune Garden, pressuring the owners to remove shark fin soup from the menu.
We're angry. We're angry that 90% of the world's sharks are gone and the governments of the world haven't done anything to stop it. It's probably already too far for most species of sharks. Something has to be done. If aggressive action is not taken, we are going to lose the world's population of sharks.
Shark fin has become a hot-button issue, not just in Vancouver, but worldwide. This week, airline giant Cathay Pacific banned the product from all of its cargo flights. But while public opinion has turned against the finning industry, in BC's largest Chinese communities, shark fin is legal and readily available.
So we're just asking people to please ask them when you go in there, take it off the menu. Yeah. That would be really great.
While good-intentioned, the demonstration has drawn the ire of neighboring business owners. The protesters are loud, aggressive, and are scaring off customers, not just at the targeted business. Next door at Memphis Blues, some people, according to management, go elsewhere.
They quiet down during when the police is around, but they've been basically up in front of our customers. They've been up in front. Everyone's coming out of the restaurants. I mean, they even yell at some of our employees also.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And this has nothing to do with you. You just have.
No, I mean we're just happen to be next door.
No, he doesn't. They've been extremely aggressive towards us. They assaulted one of our protesters. They've done ridiculously immature things, and they don't support us. I don't care if they don't like our methods.
If the Fortune Garden gives in to the pressure, the Animal Defense League intends to target other restaurants that continue to serve shark fin soup. Diners at other high-end restaurants could soon be facing this at their next meal out.
Drivers on the Sea to Sky Highway can expect some big delays today. There will be thousands of cyclists burning up the pavement from Vancouver to Whistler. It's all part of the 2012 RBC Grand Fondo. And our reporter Jennifer Palma is down at the start line. This is the third year for this event. Jen, how was participation this year?
It's fantastic. 7,000 people, and they're all started on their way 6:45. They got underway. They're up the Sea to Sky. And to tell us a little bit more about this fantastic event is Kevin Thompson, co-founder and, as you said, chief enthusiast.
Yeah, well, it's easy to be enthusiastic about this. What a thrill it is for these people and for us to even watch these people. You know, they got full of goosebumps and adrenaline, and they're going to go to Whistler.
They really are, and they're moving it. Now, this is, though, a ride for the everyman. Every man, every woman.
Oh, absolutely. People can do this right off the couch, but it's going to hurt. Yeah. You know, the more you train, the easier it is and the more enjoyable. And we'll see, people will understand if they trained enough very soon.
Did you change the route a little bit? It's a little wider this year.
Yeah, that's right. We worked with the District of West Vancouver and the Ministry of Transportation to get 2 lanes of the Trans-Canada Highway that are going in the opposite direction of the normal flow of traffic. But it's going to be great space for the riders and easier flow for people to get to the ferries even. So it's all good.
And this sort of comes on the heels of, post-Olympic bliss, if you will. How did it all start?
Oh, well, it started because of the Olympics. When the Olympic upgrade happened to the highway, we said, this is going to be a fantastic place to have a bicycle ride. And we had to go straight to the Minister of Transportation, Kevin Falcon at the time, and he saw it. He said, this is something that's bigger than just a ride. It's about tourism and health and all the great benefits, the economic benefits. Over 3 years, there's $20 million pumped into the economy here in BC because of this event.
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Now, it's not a prize that people get at the end. They get the feeling knowing they did it, but there is sort of a little prizing for teams.
We do some prizing for teams. We want to honor that, the way of working together for people. But most people are not so into it for that. They're here for that personal challenge. Compare their time to last year, compare their time to their peers. But we don't celebrate the winners. We celebrate everybody.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That's Kevin Thompson, co-founder of the RBC Grand Fondo Whistler. And, of course, they're off and running. The first riders should be getting into Whistler around the 10:15 mark, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later. But there are tons of traffic reroutes and detours and closures that you need to know about here in the downtown core, Georgia, all the way up Lions Gate, down Taylor Way there, etc. It is shut down until about the 9 o'clock hour. But for more information, you can log on to rbcgrandfondowhistler.com, or you can go right to a traffic website that they've set up, and that's www.september8.ca. Lynn, back to you.
All right, Jen, thanks for the update. We'll keep checking in with Jen. Of course, Global One's going to be up giving us some shots from the air of how things look. And good luck to everybody who's in the Grand Fondo.
We're going to get Jen to tell them to pick up the pace. I mean, they're not even pedaling hard. Come on.
Jay, he's like,
Jay's like, come on.
It's the start line. They're going to Whistler,
Shouldn't
buddy.
you be excited? I mean, all that's missing on those bikes were like the baskets and the ribbons and everything else. You're going so slow. Come on, pick it up. Good for them. You got some friends.
Yes,
pedaling,
I do. I have a couple of friends out there pedaling this morning. Yeah.
Give them a shout out.
Kenda, yeah, good luck to Kenda and Philip Meyer and the rest of the Wedgwood cycling team. I'm sure they're right at the front of the pack, though, because he's pretty competitive. So nice to have you back, buddy. We've missed you.
Well, you know, we've been at the Canadian Open.
I know, but it's
there,
nice to have you here.
Had a big wedding last weekend that I had to attend.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll be here this weekend.
And then?
And then I'm going on vacation.
Yeah. Just here
it's
for
nice to be back,
time.
ladies. It's nice to be back.
And you picked a good day to be back because it's going to be a nice day today.
It is going to be a gorgeous day today. It is going to feel like summer. I was just mentioning fall officially starts in 2 weeks.
Crazy.
And I'm going to have to use the S word today. That's right, snow. Possible snow in the forecast for Monday morning for some of the higher mountain passes. So travelers, do keep that in mind. We have a cold front that's going to make its way across the province. Behind the cold front, things will cool down a fair bit. So we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. And our small town feature, Vernon today. Nice little city in the northern Okanagan.
Fantastic.
You mentioned snow, and I'm thinking a lot of other people want to use another S word, but we can't say that.
No, we can't say that on TV.
What? This soon? BC Lions are playing this afternoon.
Very nice.
Yeah, 1 o'clock out at BC Place. They'll take on the Montreal Alouettes. The game is blacked out locally, so that means the only way you can watch it is by going down to BC Place. So we'll hear from the Lions. Of course, they lost by 5 points in Montreal last week. They're hoping for a different result here in BC. Lots of sports to show you what's been going on. Of course, there's golf, there's tennis, the U.S. Open, and Roger Clemens pitching again. And watching him pitch, hard not to think about him not going back to the major leagues. He's 50 years old, I know. He's looking pretty good, though. So we'll show you how that's coming up in sports. Oh, and for rugby aficionados, some of those working on 3-hour sleep, we will show you World Championship highlights. Argentina, New Zealand.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yes.
All right. A little haka in there, maybe?
No haka.
Oh.
Argentinian national anthem.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
The Brotherhood, you know, rocking back and forth, singing.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
We look forward to that.
Okay.
Thanks for that. We'll check back with both of you guys in a little bit. Prince Harry's party days are over, at least for the next 4 months. The 27-year-old's been deployed back to Afghanistan. We'll have more on that coming up. Also ahead, we'll have the latest on the search and rescue efforts in southwestern China, where 2 powerful earthquakes hit yesterday. So more on those stories coming up in a few minutes. Right now, though, let's check in with Stephanie Weeb up in Global One, keeping an eye on the traffic in West Van. Steph, is that the front end of the Grand Fondo?
It's almost the front end. This would be the ones who aren't quite leading the way. There's about 5 cyclists that have broken off and they are leading the pack for the RBC Grand Fondo. But it is quite a sight to see. Over 7,000 cyclists down below, occupying the 2 eastbound lanes of Highway 1 between Horseshoe Bay and Taylor Way until 9 a.m. this morning as well. Northbound traffic is closed off at the Lionsgate Bridge and through the Stanley Park Causeway until 8 a.m. It's quite a sight to see down below. Say yes to savings with Canadian Direct Insurance, and you could save 20% or more on your home and auto insurance. Go to CanadianDirect.com. Start saving today.
The Brick, Canada's appliance giant, home of the unbeatable 90-day satisfaction guarantee. This weekend, all appliances are marked down. Get the lowest price ever on this LG range, only $7.99. This LG laundry pair, only $14.48. Nobody beats The Brick, the appliance giant.
What does having the fastest internet in Canada mean to you?
Try that for a minute. I'll give you an idea. Right. It's that you're going in the right direction. Watch it again.
Video conferencing to Nashville that's so fast.
That's it.
It's downloading your favorite show in the nick of time.
When you're trying to quit, nicotine cravings can happen at any time. There's a fast-dissolving lozenge that can help. Try Nicorette Mini Lozenges. They deliver the effective craving relief you'd expect from Nicorette. They're the smallest nicotine replacement lozenge available, and they dissolve fast. Plus, the unique container is small like a lighter, so you can have craving relief with you anywhere. Effective craving relief in a fast-dissolving lozenge. Nicorette Mini Lozenges can help you quit smoking. Brand power, helping you buy better.
My name is John Moeller, and I'm using my laptop to help create a touchscreen out of thin air.
My name is Meredith Perry. I'm working on a way to charge devices wirelessly.
We're using our laptops to defy gravity.
I use my laptop to empower people around the world.
We're using our laptops to turn soccer balls into a power source.
When the technology's right, anything can happen.
This week, get an HP laptop with AMD processor for only $399.99. Best Buy.
Closed captioning brought to you in part by Pacific Sands Beach Resort in Tofino. Escape to the wild west coast. A couple's retreat, a family adventure, and amazing storm watching.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us for the second hour here of the Saturday Morning News. Here's a quick look at our top stories today. A 25-year-old man is charged with first-degree murder more than a month after his mother's remains were found in a suitcase near Powell River. And a disturbing case of animal abuse. A 6-week-old puppy found in Surrey with serious rope burns.
Good morning, everybody. You are going to love the weather today. If you're heading to the BC Lions game, hey, I'll step out of the way to show you the sunshine we have in store for you this afternoon. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Jay, I bet the roof might be open.
Oh, that's a safe bet, Wesley. It will be open, in fact. The guy that you had in your game day forecast, Geroy Simon, is going to be a game-time decision. I'm thinking he'll probably be rested for this game. We'll talk about that Lions-Alouettes game coming up in sports. And Peter Schaefer started his career with the Vancouver Canucks, ended it with the Vancouver Canucks. Now he's coaching in the BC Hockey League. We'll chat with Peter coming up in sports.
Live from Global British Columbia, the Saturday Morning News with Lynn Collier.
Thanks so much for being with us on this Saturday morning. Our top story for you today, a 25-year-old man is facing a first-degree murder charge after his mom's body was found in a suitcase near Powell River. 47-year-old Lianjia Gua had traveled from China to visit her son in Richmond when she went missing back in early June. 2 weeks after she disappeared, her son made a public plea for help to find her. Now, police have announced Gua's remains were found in a suitcase on Harwood Island. The victim's son, Wan Shi Tang, has now been charged with her murder. He also faces a second charge believed to be related to the murder plot of his father.
In the initial stages, we really couldn't rule out who was involved in this. So initially, the son and the father were persons of interest. And then as the investigation progressed, the son became a suspect. We were then able to provide or receive enough information and evidence that ruled out the husband. So he is not in any way a person of interest in this anymore.
Surrey RCMP are calling a fatal collision between a pedestrian and a car a tragic accident. A 75-year-old woman was crossing 96th Avenue at about 123rd Street just before 6 last night when she was hit by a passing car. She was taken to Royal Columbian Hospital where she was pronounced dead. RCMP say the driver is cooperating and it's not believed speed or alcohol were factors. An investigation is underway. A high-risk sex offender has just moved into the Kelowna area, and police are warning residents to be on the alert. Timothy Everett Ram was released from prison yesterday. His criminal record includes sexual offenses against women and armed robberies. He's living in Kelowna under police monitoring and a series of court-ordered conditions, including no alcohol or weapons and no contact with his victims. Well, the SPCA is investigating a shocking case of animal cruelty. And a warning for you, the pictures in this story may disturb some people. A 6-week-old pit bull puppy was found in the bushes near Surrey City Centre with gashes from rope burns around its mouth. It was also malnourished. SPCA officials are trying to find out who abandoned the animal. They're concerned there could be other dogs in the same condition.
Neglect is abuse, and I think at the end of the day, whether, one of the suppositions is that perhaps somebody tied something around her muzzle to silence her. Babies make a lot of noise, they cry a lot, and that's not always convenient for us. So whether someone actively did something like that to create the injury on her face, or whether it's a result of, another condition, she didn't get into this severe state without someone noticing.
Well, there's a foul smell greeting folks along the seawall in English Bay. The odor coming from a dead seal that washed ashore earlier this week. The animal's body is wedged in the rocks below the seawall, and it smells worse as the days go by. Some area residents have been trying to get the remains removed without much luck.
It looked like a log, or it looked like a rusting piece of ship, until this horrible smell. And I walked over here to see what it was, and I couldn't believe it was the same seal that people were trying to have picked up now for 4 days. No one has bothered.
We've called every single city department today. We've called the SPCA, the Marine Mammal Association, the city, the Sanitation Board, the Parks Board. We've called the police, the fire department. No one is willing to take on the job.
7,000 cyclists are pedaling their way along the Sea to Sky Highway right now, all part of the RBC Grand Fondo Whistler. The ride kicked off early this morning in downtown Vancouver, and it did affect traffic along the Lionsgate Bridge and the upper levels. The event is in its 3rd year, and organizers say participation has grown dramatically, but it is certainly not an easy ride.
You can feel the energy happening here. People are buzzing. You know, for some, this is the very first event they've ever done like this. And the heart is racing, and you know, the questions are happening. Can I do this? Will I make it? How will I feel? And some people are going to hurt today. There's a leg problem, so if you haven't done the right training or hydration, it could be tough.
Automotive enthusiasts are flocking to Vancouver's Van Dusen Gardens this weekend for the luxury car show. Aston Martin's latest offering, the Vanquish, is there, handmade to order for a mere $296,000. Oh. It's joined by Bentley's Continental GT Speed. Both are making their Canadian debut. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, virtually every other big name in luxury and exotic sports cars, including all of James Bond's cars, and 60 years of Porsche.
Cool.
Yes.
And you know, you can fit golf clubs in them. Just put them in the passenger seat.
Absolutely.
Just drive yourself to the course.
For that price, I'd need to fit everything in it.
Yeah, can you live in it? $296,000?
Condo, car.
Wesley and Jay join me now with a little look ahead at what's coming up in sports and weather, and it's a nice day for those folks out on that Grand Fondo ride.
Such a beautiful day out there. It is going to feel very summer-like. By the way, summer officially ends in only 2 weeks, and we have some wet snow in the forecast. Don't panic, it's not for us here on the South Coast. But if you are planning to do any traveling on Monday morning, basically we are going to see a cold air mass dominate the region on Monday morning, and that could bring some wet snow to those higher mountain passes if you are traveling on, for example, the Coquihalla Highway, the Kootenay Pass. Those usual areas could see some wet snow Monday morning. Back to today, though. What a gorgeous day. We are going to see highs into the 30s for inland sections around the South Coast.
All right, so enjoy the sunshine. Jay has some Man Cup update.
Yeah, the Langley Thunder are 4 provinces away. They're taking on the Peterborough Lakers. Game 1 last night of the Man Cup, and it was won by Langley. The Thunder with a big 13-12 victory, so congratulations to them. It's tough winning out east. Joel McCready had the hat trick, but the big performance was from the Thunder keeper, Brodie McDonald. They were outshot 16-8 in the 3rd period, so Langley Thunder taking Game 1 of the Man Cup against Peterborough, so congratulations to them. BC Lions are on the field. It is an afternoon game at BC Place, 1 o'clock kickoff. Not sure if G. Roy Simon's going to play. I'm having to think that he won't. He didn't practice all week long, really, so we'll find out come game time. We'll hear from the Lions coming up in sports, and also we'll hear from Peter Schaefer, the former Vancouver Canuck, Boston Bruin, Ottawa Senator, is now the assistant coach with the Surrey Eagles. BC Hockey League with their showcase weekend in Chilliwack. It's kind of an interesting concept. They've got every team playing out in Chilliwack. They've got NCAA scouts there. They've got NHL scouts, and you can get out and watch them all weekend long. So we'll chat with Peter Schaefer about his coaching debut last night.
Ooh, cool. All right. Sounds great. Thanks, you guys. We are going to take a very quick break. As we go, we're going to check in with Stephanie Wiebe up in Global One, and there's a bridge that wasn't closed this morning, Stephanie.
This would have been the Ironworkers Memorial Bridge, which would have been the bridge that you would have had to use when the Lionsgate Bridge was closed. It has since reopened, so everything is moving well between the North Shore and Vancouver. As well, I should let viewers know that we do have a couple of closures still in place in West Van. Eastbound Highway 1 is closed between Taylor Way and Horseshoe Bay until 9 a.m. As well, westbound Marine Drive is closed between Taylor Way and Capilano Road until 8:30. Through Kermac Cares for Kids, expert repair for your vehicle helps provide expert care for kids. Visit KermacCaresForKids.com. Supporting BC Children's Hospital is its own reward.
Now, kids, I want you to be really quiet for Grandma.
No games, okay?
No games.
No shouting?
No shouting.
Oh, kids, there you are. Let's go play hide and seek.
Are you sure you can keep up with these two?
I'm sure. I'm counting to 10.
For complete balanced nutrition with protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, Ensure will help you meet your nutritional needs and is the meal replacement most recommended by doctors. And this is Glucerna. It complies with Canadian Diabetes Association nutritional guidelines.
Sometimes life can be a hassle. But shopping at London Drugs isn't. We have knowledgeable staff to help you get great deals. This week, save on select Jameson vitamins and supplements 40% off. An ACES Zen book is $10.99.99. Cottonelle Ultra Bathroom Tissue is $7.99 with a coupon. Ensure is 2 for $17. And an HP Omni All-in-One PC is $549.99. So come in to London Drugs.
When you grow your own garden, flowers are more vibrant, food is fresher, and the world becomes a better place. Get started at GardenWorks with everything you need to make growing your own easy.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Here we go.
Today's best mix, Virgin Radio 953.
Well, folks, summer is here, and it's a scorcher. Temperatures are soaring, and the forecast is nothing but heat. The dog days have begun, so slather on that sunscreen, or you're going to burn, baby, burn.
This summer could be a scorcher. So learn the facts about fire before you head into BC's forests. A little knowledge and common sense can go a long way. Protect yourself and BC's forests. Report all forest fires. For more information, visit emergencyinfobc.gov.bc.ca.
How would you like one more hour of weekend?
Yes.
Woohoo! Well, actually, one more hour of weekend news.
Very cool. Very nice.
Yes.
The Sunday weekend morning news now starts at 7 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Global News.
Gonna be a busy day?
Wake up your weekend.
Great.
I love how the dinosaur
Pretty funny.
made it on the promo.
I know. He's not here every week. But Wesley is, with a look at our forecast. Facebook posting from Will in Port Alberni says the Alberni Fair is on today. Cool. Buy a ticket, win a truck. Nice day for a fair.
Yes, beautiful day for a fair for, well, most areas across the province. If there's a fair in your neighborhood, why not go? Because it's going to be not only sunny, but warm for most regions right across BC. Tomorrow, though, we will start to see some changes. Off our tower cam, yeah, we do have some high clouds, but still very, very sunny out there. And it is going to be warm. We are expecting highs into the upper 20s, maybe even a 30 on the thermometer for inland sections, like, for example, through the Tri-Cities area, through the Fraser Valley. This is our skycast for today. If you are close to the water, though, it'll be about 23 degrees for an afternoon high. Tonight, dropping down to 15 degrees. Still seeing clear skies for most of the night, but then we will start to see increasing clouds tomorrow morning. In fact, I am expecting rain by tomorrow night. We could even see some isolated showers for tomorrow afternoon. Here is a look at your current temperatures right across the lower mainland. Boy, look at that. At our weather station in West Vancouver, it's already 19 degrees. Still a little bit chilly, though. We do have cooler air, pockets of cooler air. For example, in Pitt Meadows, it's currently 11 degrees. Here's a look at Vancouver Island. Harmony G. Nielsen Facebooked us, says it's a beautiful day on the west coast of Vancouver Island. I am, however, still seeing some patches of fog near Tofino, though, currently at 12 degrees. Also saw a Facebook posting from Colin. I'm going to have to try and pronounce this. I think it's Jerdgren. I'm sorry, Colin, if I did pronounce your name wrong. But he actually is in the Okanagan region, or rather the Thompson region. Says it's beautiful and sunny this morning in Kamloops, and you can see the temperatures reflect that. It's already 15 degrees in your neighborhood. Here's a look at the southeastern corner of our province. 10 degrees in Cranbrook, but only a chilly 4 degrees in Sparwood. Still seeing sunshine, though, for this region. And for the northern half of the province, it is sunny and clear, according to Kathy Provost in the central interior. You can see it's cool, though. Burns Lake, only a single degree, and that usually happens at this time of year when we see clear skies overnight. That allows temperatures to drop a fair bit for your overnight low, and yes, single digits for many areas across the central interior. Here is a cold front that's going to make its way across the north coast. That is the culprit for the showers we are expecting from the north coast tomorrow. So we'll start to see that cold front eventually glide down to the south coast as well, and we will see rain for Metro Vancouver for Sunday night because of this next weather system. Back to today, though. Let's just talk about the sun that we will see today. Bella Coola, 26 degrees for a high today with mainly sunny skies. Again, Prince George, Williams Lake, whether in the Caribou region or if you're near the Prince George area, all areas in the central interior will see sunny and clear skies and temperatures into the upper 20s. Over 30 degrees today for Kamloops. Sunshine there as well. And here's a look at the south coast. 19 degrees in Tofino. Yes, again, we still have a little bit of fog this morning, but then by this afternoon, it's going to be a nice one on the Tofino beaches. So rain moving in for tomorrow night. We could maybe see 1 or 2 showers by tomorrow afternoon. Leftover showers on Monday, but then we'll get back into drier weather and brighter weather by midweek, Lynn.
All right. Thanks for that, Westla. Chin Chin exec chef Andrew Richardson joins our Saturday chefs this morning. He's showing us how to make wood-grilled scallops with green beans, roast tomatoes, and lemon oil. Stay with us for that. That's coming up.
Sonic hits now. 107.5 Chilliwack, 92.5 Abbotsford, 104.9 Vancouver. Hit sonicnation.ca.
This is the story of the Canadian oat. At Quaker, we call it a super grain. A super grain for the energy it gives to help keep us going. For the fiber that we need every day. For the way oat fiber helps reduce cholesterol. And a super grain for how it can help us take on the day. 100% Canadian Quaker Oats. Energy, oat fiber to help reduce cholesterol.
Hey Canada, even though he doesn't need one, PJ Stock tried on the new Depend Real Fit Briefs for charity. And you can't even tell. Our best protection now looks, fits, and feels just like underwear. Get your free sample at tryitoncanada.ca.
It's the Brick's famous tent sale. For a limited time, save big on bedrooms. 9 complete bedrooms will be $9.99 or less. Get your choice of these bedrooms, only $6.99 each. Leather look queen bed, $1.99. For bedrooms, nobody beats the Brick.
Let's get a movie. What about a spicy thriller with an unexpected twist?
How's it end?
With you driving us to Wendy's.
Wendy's Asiago Ranch Chicken Club. Spicy seasoned chicken, applewood smoked bacon, and Asiago cheese.
Now that's better.
It's consistency, it's color, it's flavor, it's freshness. Great ingredients make for great dishes. It's my secret. Greenhouse fresh produce from Winset.
With Fresco, I just chop and go. These seedless cucumbers give me the versatility of 2 sizes, both with excellent snap and delicate flavor. They're waxless with thin skin, so there's no peeling. The Fresco minis are great right out of the bag for snacks and dipping.
See why chefs like Dana demand Winset, and download her signature recipes at winsetfarms.com.
Born 3 Eggs presents the Fraser Valley Food Show, featuring thousands of culinary delights, as well as Food Network host Val Arneson and Reiko from the Real Housewives of Vancouver. The Fraser Valley Food Show, September 14th to 16th at Tradex in Abbotsford.
All right, Jay's here now with sports, and he's going to tell if it's going to be a run game, a boot game, a pass game.
All of the above.
Ah, okay.
Hopefully a winning game for the BC Lions. They had a chance to win that game last week. They just didn't pull it out. Well, you know what? Everybody saw it at home. I mean, the offensive line talked about it this week. They've got to be better. There was so much pressure on Travis Ulay. And they had trouble with their, with their snap count. They were going with the silent count, and the Alouettes D was pretty much had it figured out right down to the final second.
Do they have it figured out this week, do you think?
Well, we'll find out at 1 o'clock.
We'll find out together.
It is rare for football teams to play back-to-back games against the same team, but everyone in the CFL is doing it this week. The Lions get a chance to avenge that 5-point loss last Friday in Montreal. It is a 1 o'clock start today at BC Place. Yes, the roof will be open, but you'll never get revenge by trying to do the same things twice. So the Lions are going to try some new strategies to beat the Owls today.
Yep, that's the plan. I mean, you don't want to be the same team you were last week. You got to come back and try to give them something different that they don't expect. So we expect them to do the same thing, and I'm sure they expect us to do the same thing as well.
Anytime you're playing a back-to-back and they win the first one, you got to come defend your home turf, and that's what this week's about for us is coming home, getting back on our feet, and we just want to come out and play well. And they'll have some wrinkles for us. I'm sure we'll have a few wrinkles for them coming into back-to-backs, but it's going to come down to who plays better. So we have to play with a great sense of urgency, come out, feed off the energy of our home crowd, and play a good 60 minutes of football.
Back with the Edmonton Eskimos. It was a rematch from Labor Day last week. Calgary won it, remember? Final play of the first half. Well, the field goal attempt wasn't good. They muffed that, but third-string quarterback Matt Nichols with his first ever touchdown pass. Not exactly how he had it drawn up, I'm thinking, but it counts. Corbin Sharon takes it in. Eskimos led at 11-10 at the half. This was all John Cornish yesterday. I have a funny feeling we know who's going to be the Canadian Player of the Week in the CFL. Look at the tackles this guy's breaking. I don't know if you could slow him down with like a bulldozer. He's just going through everybody. Rambles for 30 yards. It led to a field goal. The Stampeders led it in the fourth quarter, 13-11. Think that was good? This is even better. 59 yards. Sees the hole and just hits the accelerator. Gone. 188 yards on the ground. No wonder he's leading the CFL right now in yardage with 827. 2011 Stampeders. Hanging out with the cheerleaders. Well done. Edmonton has a chance to win it, just like on Labor Day. Grant Shaw missed from 48 yards last night. 42 yards out. It is off the upright. Eskimos lose again, 20-18. The Stampeders are 6-4. Edmonton falls to 5-5. World Cup qualifying, Canada, Panama from Toronto. I feel like we should have some Van Halen going right now. Little Panama. They were 2-0 entering this game. Canada 1-0-1. Kevin McKenna, the header off the post. It was scoreless at the half. Everyone was thinking the same thing. Are we going to score a goal? Do our Canadian men ever score a goal? They may have been jazzed up yesterday as the Canadian women were on hand watching this game. Dwayne De Rosario, the quick free kick. Canada wins 1-0. They lead the group with 7 points. They're in Panama on Tuesday. You win there, you almost guarantee yourself advancing to the final stage of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. Baseball last night. Orioles and Yankees began the night tied atop the AL East. Scoreless in the fourth until Russell Martin. Oh, Canada. 3-run homer to left. 3-0 New York. Fifth inning. A-Rod's turn to get in on the action. Rodriguez. Yeah, this thing's not quite a walk-off hero, but we'll give you a bud. 2-run shot, 7-0 Yankees. The Orioles mounted a bit of a rally. Robert Andino. Yankees hang on for the 8-5 victory. They lead the Orioles now by a single game. 24 games to go in the Major League Baseball season. That is it for sports. Wait until you see what Andrew Richardson is cooking up for us coming up with Lynn. And all I want is like maybe 1 or 2, Lynn. That's all I'm asking
Just 1 or 2?
Just 1 or 2.
All right, we'll try and save 1 or 2 for you. Thanks, Jay. Yes, the exec chef from Chin Chin, Andrew Richardson, is with us. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you.
And you were making something that I said in Italian earlier, and I probably mispronounced it like crazy, some scallops for us.
That's right, yes. This is an item that's on the menu at the moment at the restaurant. We have these large scallops which come from the east coast of Canada. We put them on a rosemary branch, which is a fresh branch of rosemary right there. And then once we've got the scallops on the rosemary branch, we see them in a hot pan.
Okay. And
we serve them with some green beans, which are in season right now here in BC, and also some dried tomatoes. With the dried tomatoes, we start off with one of these large heirloom tomatoes, which I believe is called a Black Russian.
And it's a funny color.
Yeah, it has that sort of red with a bit of purple in there, which is really quite beautiful. But you can always see how much moisture is in there right now, which is a great sign for a tomato. So we just season these with a little bit of sea salt, which is that one right there.
Right on top?
Yep, that's right, yeah. And a slither of garlic on top of each one as well.
A slither? Just one?
Yep, just one on each.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't take much for the flavour to infuse through the tomato, so it doesn't take a lot.
Okay.
And then we have some fresh herbs on this side, some basil, 2 or 3 leaves of basil on each one, and also a little bit of thyme. And once we get to this stage, we just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the top.
And how did you shred the thyme, or how do you...
No, we just put the branches on, just as they are, yeah. Because when they are cooked at the end, we'll tear the branches off, and we serve them without. As you see those ones right there.
Right. And did you say a little bit of sugar as well?
Yes, a little bit of sugar. The reason we put the sugar on is because the tomatoes, the acidity in the tomatoes, as they cook in the oven and